So if you have like terms, there are terms that have identical variable parts that's the same letter and also the same power. So it has to have the same exponent on it as well. So we're going to first talk about how we identify what the like terms are, and then we're going to talk about how we can combine them together. So we want to find the like terms here, then identify the coefficients of the like terms. All right, so the like terms in this one would be these two, because this has a b squared and this has a b squared. Now, do we have any other ones? B to the first power and b to the third, those are not like terms. A b and a b squared are not like terms. So it's not just the same letter, you have to have the same power on that as well. So the only two like terms here would be 9b squared and 7b squared. So those are the like terms. And the coefficients of the like terms would be 9 and 7 would be it. Okay, so we're going to say that the like terms that we have here, those are going to be 9b squared and 7b squared. And then the coefficients, so coefficients of the like terms will be 9 and 7. Okay, so that would be identifying those. Okay, let's do the same thing for the next one. Find the like terms and identify the coefficients. So, all right, now this time we have two different variables. But again, they have to be like terms when they have exactly the same powers and exactly the same variables. Now this one, the 17 and -8, so that has the x squared and a y, but this has an x and a y squared. So the first and the last term, those are not considered to be like terms here because they don't have the right powers on there. However, these two middle terms are. So the like terms here are going to be -3xy and xy. Okay, those are the like terms. The coefficients of these like terms, -3. Now this one, if there's nothing in front, that means the coefficient is going to be a 1. Okay, so you can always put a 1 in front of any number or any expression like this. So that would be the coefficient of the xy there would be a 1. So let's try this. Let's do this one here. Identify the coefficients of the like terms and the like terms. You have to have the same variable and the same exponent. I have ax squared here. I have a squared b. That's not like terms, but I have 3ab and I have 2ab. Those would be the like terms. Okay. So the like terms here, if I can spell right, would be 3ab and 2ab. Okay, those are the two like terms. The coefficients of the like terms would be 3 and 2. It's just the numbers that come in front. Now, it doesn't matter how many variables you have together, the coefficient is still always the number that's in front of all the variables. So it's 3 and 2. So now that we identified like terms, let's talk about how we can combine like terms together here. So combining like terms, you're just going to add them together just like numbers, except that you just attach the variables to it. So for instance, if you've got a 2x and a 3x, 2 plus 3 will give you a 5, and then you can just put out an x next to it. So here, really what it is, when you look at written all out like that, 2x means you have x plus x there, and 3x's, you have 3x's. So if you count all the x's, you get 5 of them. And so 2x plus 3x gives you 5x. So basically all you do is just add the coefficients together and keep the variable. That's all you're going to do on that would be the shortcut. So let's look at a couple of examples of that next. Okay, so we've got 6x cubed minus 4x cubed. Okay, so to do that, we're just going to subtract these, subtract the coefficients, and keep the variable you have. 6 minus 4 is 2, but then you have to put the x cubed next to it. So whatever the common variable is, you put that, and it's got to be the same power as well. Don't forget the exponent, the power on there. All right, next one, 4x squared minus 7x squared. Okay, 4 minus 7 is -3, but then we're just going to stick the x squared on there, and then that would be it. This next one, we have x's are like terms and the y's are like terms. So you can only add the x's together and the y's together separately. 3 minus 2 would be a 1. So instead of putting a 1x, typically if you have a 1x, you can actually just write it as an x. So 3x minus 2x gives you x. 4y plus 6y is going to give you a 10y. So then that would be your answer. All right, so you can kind of think of it as doing these separately. If you'd like to write this out separately, do 3x minus 2x equals x, and then 4y plus 6y equals 10y, and then put them together with a plus. You can do that as well. All right, so moving on, we've got this here, next couple. All right, so these like terms, these have squares on it, but they have two different variables. So those aren't like terms. And then 3x and 8. So there's actually no like terms here. If you look at all these, the variables are different and the powers are different. So we can't actually do any of these together. So this one, there are no like terms. So the answer would just be the original thing you started with. You just put that down for combining like terms. That would be it. The next one here, we have an R and an S. Those are different. So I'm going to do this off to the side. 13 plus 17 are minus. That's a minus there. If you put the right sign there. Okay, there's a minus sign in front of 17, so we're really subtracting those. And you have S plus 2S you have separate. So let's do this. 13 minus 17 is negative 4R. And then S is like a 1S. There's a 1S and two more. We'll give you 3 of them. So 3S. And then you can just go ahead and write it out. Now, it doesn't matter which variable you put first. If you want to put negative R plus 3S, you can. Or you could also write it like this if you wanted to. 3S minus 4Y. And if something's minus, you put the minus, in second place there. You can do that. Okay, so either way. Okay, next one here is we have these. We have different, these are all, again, different powers on here. And the B doesn't combine with the 11. So again, we have another one. This is no like terms. So you're not able to combine this together. You would just leave that as your answer. So that's just a little bit about simplifying like terms.